And we're back here at NAB 2019, live now broadcasting. Everyone who's ever tried green screen knows that there's a bit of art and a bit of science to it. It can be difficult to get the results you expect. Well, the company we're talking with now, Reflecmedia,
Correct.
Yes, they have a whole different approach, and Calvin Holcroft, take us through your new system.
Yeah, so basically it's a system that's been around for maybe 15 years, 18 years. And it was pioneered by the BBC in the UK. And the grey fabric behind us has basically got millions of glass beads scattered all across the surface, making it super reflective. So when you use the curtain in conjunction with this LED light ring, which is the two chroma key colours being green and blue, it bounces the light back and gives you a really nice, evenly lit green screen that we can key out with no difficulties really.
You know, it's amazing. We're seeing here the green screen that the gentleman's sitting at, and you can see it's keyed out up there. What's amazing, though, is you don't have, first of all, the screen's not green, it's this gray, say, and there's no lighting that you have to put up, you know, behind the person.
The only light that's needed for that grey fabric is this LED light ring. That's making the green or the blue screen. The only lights that you need in the studio will be purely for the talent. Okay, so we don't need to light the background up with absolutely any lights whatsoever.
So this ring you have here, this goes on your camera?
Correct, yeah.
Turn it on there, let us have a look at it. So your green screen here. Now I'm going to ask you, if you can put it in front of our camera here, yep. Let's see what that looks like. So boom, all of a sudden, as you can see, you've now got a green screen just by putting the ring in front of the camera. That's actually quite amazing. And now if you want it blue screen, you just make it a blue light?
Yes, we literally have a control box here. So this controller box comes with the LED light ring, and we can just flick the toggle switch over straight onto blue. So if somebody's wearing maybe a green badge, right, green stripes on the shirt, we just flick to the blue.
So you don't have to change the color of the screen?
Absolutely not.
Stick that up there again. And now, all of a sudden, you've got blue screen up there, which is really quite amazing. That you can do that, you know, without having to worry about which color. Like you say, you can change it back in either way. You know, a couple of things that people have to worry about with green screen usually is spill. Now, yep, spill usually comes from light reflecting off the back screen.
Correct.
Here you've got a green light shining on the talent. How do you deal with that?
So that basically, the spill that you might get is when people stand too close to the green or the blue light ring. If you're anything maybe 5 or 6 feet away, then the natural ambient light will flood any of the green or blue light from the subject, so the spill will not become a problem 6 feet or more away. The second thing is, as each LED light ring that mounts onto the camera, you can change the intensity. So if you are getting a green or a blue cast onto the actual talent, we can just decrease the amount of green light coming out so that it falls off the talent, but it still is reflected by this highly reflective chromat screen.
So the other thing that I noticed that's cool, usually with the green screens, you need to have a good deal of separation between the talent and the screen. So you not only want to have 10 or 15 feet between the camera and the talent, but then you want another 10 or 15 feet. But this guy's sitting right back on that. How is that different?
That's different because the way the system works is, the screen is so reflective, you need as much as that screen visible to the camera and the light ring to get a clean key first time round. So the closer to the camera and the further away from the fabric that we have here, the larger the shadow, so then you will get some form of like ghosting around the subject. You take the subject back to within 1 foot of the cloth, and that will completely eliminate your problem.
You know, the other thing that strikes me about having the subject so close to the screen is that you don't need as much screen. So, you know, if they're, you know, usually if they're 10 or 15 feet away, you need to have a lot more to accommodate the lens of the camera. But here, when they're much closer, so do you guys sell like the pop-up kind and the expandable, you know, so you could probably have a green screen system in your backpack?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is a really portable system. We have the smallest drape that we do is an 8 foot by 8 foot drape, but we also do a 7 by 7 pop-up and a 4 by 4 pop-up. So it is literally a green screen on the road because you need minimal lighting. And as you can see, there are creases in the fabric here. It doesn't matter, they still key out when we pass it through at the minute we're using Blackmagic's 8M switcher, and the creases and the wrinkles are not causing any problems with this system.
So a 4x4 pop-up, how small does that get down into?
I think it's just under half a metre, a small bag.
I don't understand those numbers you're using.
Maybe.
It's like 1.5 to 2 foot. I think a meter is about 3 feet, right? Approximately.
Yeah, about 1.5 foot, maybe a bit smaller. And
so you got a 1.5 thing, so it's something you can put in your bag or put in your tote or whatever in your car, and you have a little light like this, which looks like it takes up no room, and a couple of talent lights, and Bob's your uncle.
Yep. So it's a green and blue screen. It's very portable, very easy to set up, and can give you some good quality results. As simple as that.
And it sounds like you're from the north, is that right?
The Midlands, so yeah, not Stoke-on-Trent is where I'm from, and this is manufactured, and the headquarters for Reflecmedia is in Cheshire, in the UK.
Fantastic. I was actually born in London myself, but moved to America when I was just a lad. Just a lad, as they say, so I don't really have the accent anymore, but it's always fun to hear that again. Calvin Holcroft, thank you so much for your time.
No problem at all. Thank you very much.
That's all the time we have at this particular interview, but we'll be back with a lot more coming up soon, so please stay with us here on Live Now.